This week on OSRL, we begin putting up the walls of our attached greenhouse, which will bring us one step closer to a fully functional home and food production system. These walls were carefully chosen to withstand the harsh desert elements and help moderate the greenhouse's climate.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Domestead. Now, if you're new here, my wife and I were building our own home off-grid here in the Arizona desert. And if you caught our last video, you know I started on the east side of the house by putting up the east side wall of our greenhouse. Now, eventually that's going to be attached to an earth bag wall on this east side. But before getting any farther on this east side, I really want to start getting up some of these panels on this greenhouse. And I really want to close in this greenhouse, get this south side enclosed. So I got a lot of work to do. I'm really excited to get to it. It has been cloudy out here lately, windy, and today's gonna get especially windy, so I gotta get started and try and get as much done today as possible before those winds really kick in. I feel like putting up these panels during the high winds was probably not recommended, so I'm gonna try and get done what I can do now. But let's get to looking at some of these attachment pieces that got delivered a while ago. I wanna take a look at them and see how they look. I'm inside the dome right now because the winds are just absolutely insane out there. So I'm just taking a look at all the materials and just kind of seeing how they're going to go up. This is my first time kind of installing any of this stuff. So kind of showed you guys before, but this is one of the panels. But you can see here it's got spaces. That'll kind of give it an insulative factor. This right here is one of the H channels. And this will actually go in between the panels and sort of like hook them together. Keeps all the dust out, keeps the panels together, and the panels will go onto each side of the H channel. Then over here we got a U channel. These are 8 feet long, so forgive me, but you can see here, that'll just kind of cap off the ends to make sure no dust or bugs get in on the ends. So that is what we're looking at here. I'm pretty sure like I'm going to have to attach these things to the 2x4s and then slip the panels in here. I don't want these panels to go flying when I try and bring them out there because they're lightweight and they'll probably catch the wind real easy. So we'll see if I can get some of these up today, but if not, I think tomorrow should be less windy. Yeah, it's windy out here today.
It's really windy and dusty. Not going in there.
She says she wants to feed the chickens too. Are they starving?
Still have some food.
All right, so we're in the vehicle. I discovered another thing I would like to add to putting up these panels, so we're going to make a run into town to get it. We're going to do it right now because it's just crazy windy outside. We're really not getting much done anyway because, well, not much we can do with the wind like this. I mean, what did you say the wind was?
It's over 30 miles an hour. The gusts are probably close to 50 though.
Yeah, it's crazy windy. Jess is always afraid she's going to get blown away in the wind. So so we figured we might as well get this run out of the way now. You ready to make a trip into town?
Yeah.
Do you think Yuvia is ready to make a trip into town? Oh, she's gone. She's back there, though. She's going to make the trip with us. Is she enjoying the air out there? I think she likes it. She wants to go inside the store with me. You want to go inside the store? Oh, poor baby. You gotta stay there. Look at that. You greeting me? You greeting me? Okay, we're about to go home. You can ease up on the tension. Alright, we better sit down. Good morning, everyone. Man, those winds yesterday were intense. I definitely got to show you something. This is wild. Hey, Eva girl, good morning. Check this out. Like, this is the gorilla cart. When we got back from our trip yesterday, this was tipped over. Man, these gorilla carts, I mean, they're not super heavy, but for the wind to just come over and knock that thing over. There was even gravel in it. Not a lot, but a little bit. So it's wild just to see that get toppled over by the wind. Crazy. Well, the wind's not going to be as strong today, but it is going to get pretty windy again. So I'm going to get started on putting up some of these panels this morning. Both excited and nervous about it. We'll see how well these go up. I'm about to start putting these panels up, but unfortunately, because I opened up one of those boxes to show everyone those panels, just the wind around here got a bunch of dust inside the panels already. So I'm going to start cleaning out these panels before putting them up. I'm going to attach the air compressor and just run a little air through that. I should clean it up real nice. Work like a charm. Technically, that's for filling tires, but as long as it works. Yeah, we're going to peel this down a little bit. Got some protective film on here. I imagine to keep the panels from getting scuffed up. Ooh, this looks really nice. So in these packages I picked up the other day, it has two different types of tape. So it has a vent tape, which will go along the bottom, which will allow drainage and breathability. It also has a solid tape, which will go on the top edge to keep anything from getting in. So that's your vented tape right there. That's your solid tape. Has to be a peeling stick. I don't know about you, but I always have a challenge peeling these things off. Probably helps if you have nails. All right. I think we almost got it. Wait, I got it. Hang on. Oh! Okay, here we go. Bang. I imagine it's an acquired skill. I'll kind of show you how this looks. Definitely some wrinkles, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. So this looks good for now. Now I'm going to put up one of the connector pieces, one of the H channels to be specific, and then I can start locking these together. Now I've never cut plastic like this, but I'm going to see if I can do it with the miter saw. Make it quick and easy. Hopefully it doesn't tear up the plastic. Okay, that was a little scary, but it was pretty effective.
Here, baby. Want to feed the birds? Want to feed the birds? There you go.
Better be careful before she grabs another treat. Gonna grab yourself another treat? Is she gonna drink the water? Oh, she is. Yeah, she's got her own water. But she's gonna drink the bird's water.
Good thing I cleaned it.
I'm a little nervous taking off the protective coating. Definitely got to handle it very carefully afterwards. I don't want to scratch up or mar up the surface at all. Wow, looks so nice though. All right, I got one panel up. Obviously, that took me a very long time to do, but just getting a process down, getting some ideas down, getting a feel for the material. I think the easiest way to proceed is just going to be to go straight across the top and then do the bottom, because there's other things going down at the bottom. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So let's get the top done, then we'll worry about the bottom. Did you get another sweet treat today?
Yep.
Oh, she's coming.
Another one? Oh no!
Bee attack. Gotta watch out.
Who wants my flower? No!
Let's go. You gotta be careful being so sweet.
Well, I might have to rethink putting a flower in my hair.
See if I do any better with the tape this time. All right. Ah, there we go. Static cling must have pulled that back up. Oh, that's weird. Let's see it pull it up again. Settling in, getting comfy, chewing your bone. Maybe doing this inside here is pretty bad. It's just once the static is off, it pulls in all the dust and fur, and beware the static cling. This was kind of difficult to put in place when the H channel was attached to the board. So what I'm going to do is attach it beforehand and then attach the panel to the one that's already in there. We'll see if that goes any easier. Still a little bit of a challenge, but maybe easier doing it this way than when it's attached to the boards.
Before purchasing these greenhouse panels, we did some shopping around. We wanted to strike a balance between cost, durability, and performance. We ended up going with these double-walled polycarbonate sheets. The double walls form an insulation layer, which will help us prevent temperature extremes inside the greenhouse. It was also important that we used a material which was tolerant of heat and cold, as well as being resistant to UV damage, while still allowing light to pass through. These panels are also resistant to cracking. We're hopeful these greenhouse walls will work out great for helping us grow lots of food and lasting for many years.
So that was interesting, cutting this on the table saw. Worked really well. I was a little surprised. I was a little afraid, but did a pretty good job. So this is the first time I'll be using one of these U channels. I'm going to place this on here, then slide that into place, and then I'll be right up toward the door. Alrighty, let's slap this into place. Made it up to the doorway, y'all. Nice. Of course, still got a ways to go. H channel over there. U channel over here. Looking good. I think I'm going to need another pair of hands for this one. Definitely want to keep this straight. Told you these winds are crazy. So I'm out for a morning walk with Yuvia. Try and get her for a walk at least twice a day. I take her out in the morning, and then Jess and I take her out again in the evening. But with these walks, we just kind of head out around the property, and Yuvia just kind of does her own thing sort of nearby. There she is. It's just an opportunity to let her kind of run around for a little bit. Otherwise, she's usually just kind of laying around, hanging out where we are if we're doing work or whatnot. But a little chilly this morning, probably about 39 degrees. But it's kind of cloudy again, but it should warm up pretty well. at least into the 60s, and it should be a low wind day. So I'm eager to get back to putting up them panels. So these panels are still going to have to get cleaned. That, of course, slows down the process a little bit. But all the rest of the panels in these other boxes, since they weren't open, they should be good. That'll speed things up. But the ones toward the bottom here, they don't look as bad. They don't look as dirty. Oh, that one was kind of tricky. All right, y'all, let's start getting these up again.
This week was Valentine's Day. Did you know that Jim and I have known each other for over 20 years? We tend to not really make a big deal out of Valentine's Day, or most other holidays, really. But we try to show each other that we care each day by the things we do. Love is a force that binds and unifies. It's a creative force. And when two people can bring together their hearts and minds to create something together, there's a potential for that process to form a deep and enduring bond. Our commitment to each other and to the life we're building together is an important part of our relationship. And because we're always learning and growing together, we grow ever closer to each other as time goes by.
All right, making real good progress. That's all the panels in the first box. There's 6 more boxes left, so plenty of panels, but on to box number 2. Tired? What you been doing? Keeping an eye on everything? So definitely be careful when cutting this thing on a table saw. It just shifted a little bit and tore a chunk out of the side. It might still be okay because it's going up against the post, so it might not really matter. We'll check and see how it's looking.
Squeaky.
Yeah, we'll wait till you get out there when the wind blows. It's gonna be a squeaky greenhouse. Cool. How's that look? Let's put this bad boy up. Last one.
Hey, girl. Hey, baby. How you doing?
Half the wall is done. Oh, half of one wall is done. Well, I got half of the front wall done. looking pretty good if I do say so myself, kind of squeaky. Of course, you know, it's just a little bit of a challenge kind of getting used to the materials and kind of figuring out a process. But once I got that figured out, man, I was just knocking it out. Of course, the wind's definitely been a challenge. Yeah, that just one day we went to the store, those winds were a little too excessive. I wouldn't have been able to get anything done, and for sure those panels would have flown away. Yesterday was probably like half the wind as the previous day, and it was still a challenge. But we're getting it done. So I think I'm going to tackle that east side next, get that wall done, then back here and finish off this south side. This south side is going to get a lot more complicated because Jess here wants a vent for every other panel. So that's going to be just a little tricky, a lot of work, because I'm going to have to kind of do some framing and get that hooked up to the panels. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. The greenhouse is starting to take shape.
Yeah, that's exciting. I think it's looking fantastic so far. I'm excited to get this all closed up, because this is a pretty big section of the house, actually. The whole south side, part of the east side.
You know what my favorite thing about this is?
What?
Is once I get these walls up, there's nothing else I got to do to it. It's done. And in these other walls, we got to cob them and all kinds of things. But once this is up, it's it.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Definitely give this video a big thumbs up. And we'll catch you on the next video. You got to see this greenhouse all come together. All right, bye.